Welcome back to the Matchday podcast, where we review English Premier League football and UEFA Champions League football.
Yep.
We're back for another week. We got some interesting topics. We got some transfer news, some rumors.
Absolutely.
We have a Game Week 24 review and Game Week 25 predictions. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So we'll go through the fixtures first.
Before we get into that, though, actually, let's shout out our Instagram page.
Yep.
You can follow us at Matchday Podcast on Instagram. And you can also watch the video and listen to the podcast on Spotify, Apple, and on Anchor, and on YouTube. All the links will be in the description and at the end of the screen.
Yep. Make sure you follow us on Instagram there, where you can get all the updates.
Absolutely.
So we have some transfers that occurred.
Sure.
So we're in the winter transfer window,
That's right.
and that opened up on January 1st. It's closing January 31st. So
Okay. So about a month span.
yeah, it's a month long, the winter window.
Okay.
And there's been some interesting signings.
That's right.
Liverpool signed Takumi
Yep.
Minamino.
Minamino, yeah. He was previously on Salzburg.
Red Bull Salzburg.
Salzburg, yeah.
And quite some talent.
Absolutely.
He made one appearance so far for Liverpool in
One
the
so far. FA Cup, right?
one in the FA and one in the Premier League
That's
as
right,
well for the Reds.
Absolutely.
No goals, no assists yet. Liverpool got a pretty good deal for him.
Absolutely. How much was it?
I think it was 60 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Exactly. And he's a young talent. He's only 25 years old.
Yeah, he's got a good amount of time to progress for sure.
I'm looking forward to see where he progresses with Liverpool.
I think so too. I think he's gonna. I think Klopp is trying to just bring him in slowly. He doesn't want to
integrate
rush
him.
the process just because the way that the English Premier League works. You know, like
It's a bit
it's
different.
it's a lot very aggressive game, and he doesn't want to risk injuring a new player. And we have other players that know how the game works, who they're playing against, and
He's got to build some chemistry up.
exactly chemistry. Just figure the game out.
I think he's going to find his pace soon.
Absolutely.
There's another transfer that occurred.
Yeah.
Darren Randolph. Now,
Okay.
Darren Randolph was a transfer from Middlesbrough
Okay.
to West Ham United. West Ham United isn't doing so great this season.
No, although the game against Liverpool, they did perform better than I expected. Actually,
They
put the
had
pressure.
chances.
They put pressure on Liverpool for sure.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they took the
Came up
short end
short.
of the stick. Yeah. But I was impressed by their dedication.
Yeah. Well, we'll review a little bit more of that there in the Game Week 24.
Yep.
Darren Randolph is a goalkeeper.
Okay.
They purchased him for 4 million euros.
Wow.
So not too expensive.
No, not at all.
For a team that's fighting relegation and whatnot,
Absolutely.
that's a reasonable price range.
Yep.
We'll see if he's going to be their number one keeper because Darren Randolph, he is 32 years old. He's getting up there in age.
He's old for sure.
I don't
Getting
know if
older.
he's just going to be a backup.
It's possible. Yeah.
Well, we'll just have to see
Yeah.
how that progresses.
Yeah.
He's got quite some experience under his belt. Maybe that's going to come in handy to keep them up in the Premier League and not get relegated.
I think so, yeah. I think he's definitely a good backup if you want, somebody who's had the experience for sure.
Yeah, that's right. And then there is SAMATTA.
Okay.
I think I'm saying that right. Came from Genk. He is an attacker, a forward.
Okay.
And Aston Villa purchased him for 10.6 million euros.
Wow.
So Aston Villa is looking more on the offensive side,
Absolutely, yeah.
trying to maybe up their game, trying to
think
get
so, yeah.
solid mid-table
Yeah.
finish in this season.
Yeah, they're trying to progress in the table for sure. I think they're trying to climb as much as they can before the end of the season.
Yeah, this player is 27 years old.
Okay, so he's reasonably young. He's not...
Yeah.
Okay.
And with Genk, the 2019-2020 season so far, he played 20 matches, has 7 goals, which is
Okay.
not bad.
That's pretty good, actually.
And last year he had 23 goals in the 38 match season.
Wow. Okay, so he's putting up numbers for sure.
Yeah, that's just in the Bulgarian Pro League too.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
So that might be a great addition for Aston Villa.
I think that's definitely going to be a strong asset to their team.
Yeah. Another transfer that happened was, let me see here, Bruno Fernandes
Okay.
from Sporting Lisbon to Manchester United for 55 million euros.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I saw a lot of rumors about this Bruno Fernandes, possibly
I've
even
seen
going
him
to
around for
Liverpool.
sure. Yeah, I've seen that the rumor as well.
Yeah.
But United, wow.
This game was a little shock to me when I saw it because there was a lot of rumors about United signing that Haaland kid from Salzburg.
I heard that as
Red
well.
Bull,
Yeah.
right?
He hasn't been.
No, he signed to BVB, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
And
he went to BVB. Yeah,
scored 5 goals in
Yeah.
60 minutes of playtime so
that's
far.
right. Yeah. Wow.
So, but yeah, Bruno Fernandes. He came from Sporting Lisbon, and he's quite the player. This year, he already has 8 goals, 7 assists in 17 matches.
Wow.
Last year, in 33 games for them in the Primeira Liga, which is the Portuguese league,
Yeah.
33 matches, 20 goals, 13 assists.
Okay, so he's
putting numbers up.
numbers up for sure, and I think they definitely noticed that, Man United, and they wanted to take advantage of that. But for the price, do you think that it is fitting or?
Absolutely. He's 25 years old only.
Okay, yeah, he's young. He's got talent.
Yeah,
for sure.
If he manages to plant his feet at Manchester United,
I think the way Man United is going at this pace, I think they need somebody of his
Caliber.
absolutely to give them that push that they had once, but are struggling to get back right now.
well, right now Bruno Fernandes, he's arguably well known, but if he manages to plant his feet at Manchester United and bring him back up to contenders for winning the league again,
Yep. I think he's going to leave a name for himself there. Yep.
exactly, he can definitely make himself
Leave
known.
an imprint. Yep, that's for sure.
Yeah, so I'm really interested to see where he takes this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another transfer was West Ham United got this Thomas SOUČEK from Slavia Prague. He's a midfielder for 15 million euros.
15.
Now, that's another signing for West Ham. They got a
yeah.
keeper, and they got this midfielder.
Seems like they have a budget.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
This one is, I would say, a little bit pricey for West Ham because,
I think so, yeah.
but a midfielder that can possibly put up some assists, maybe some goals for them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they need a little bit of a stronger midfield, and I think that's what they're looking for as well. And although I think at this point, I think they're trying to do whatever they can. I think cost isn't in the question for them, just to progress their team, right?
Yeah, exactly. We'll see where that goes.
Yeah.
Another big signing, I'd say, was this Giovanni Lo Celso from the Real Betis, going to Tottenham for 32 million euros.
Wow.
Yeah, Tottenham needs someone.
I think they do.
They just sold Eriksen too.
Yep, they do.
Their
Really?
midfielder.
Who they sell them to?
They sold him to, it was Inter Milan, I believe.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I'd have to confirm that there. Let me just check.
Yeah, I think Tottenham does need the support right now, just because Son, he's a very good striker. I think he's world class. I think almost. It's just I think the team that he has isn't him pushing him right. They're not giving him the support he needs to perform at his best. Because I think everything is teamwork, and I think when you're a player of Son's caliber and you're assigned to a team that was facing Liverpool, I think in the final for
Champions
League. I think that's obviously a outstanding accolade to get that far, right, to the final, and I think they're trying to get back there.
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
that's for
so
sure.
it is confirmed. It is Inter Milan
Okay,
where
that's
he
cool.
went.
That's okay. Awesome.
So Tottenham losing some players. Harry Kane's out on injury. They need
Yeah.
somebody in there
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
make a difference, and this guy might actually do it. Giovanni Lo Celso,
That's right.
the midfielder. He's Argentinian too, so the Argentinians are good
They
footballers.
they definitely have a good track history with Argentinian players.
Another signing was from PSV Eindhoven. That's the Dutch league.
Okay.
Steven BERGWIJN, if I'm saying it right.
Not sure.
It's
I've never
a
heard
tough
of
one to say. 30 million euros also to Tottenham.
Wow.
He's an attacker forward.
Wow.
So they're looking to score goals.
I think they are, absolutely.
They want to get back up
Once
there
again.
in their winning ways. Defensively they're not too bad. And Jose Mourinho, he's a defensive
Absolutely,
manager.
yeah.
Now he's looking to get some attackers.
I think he knows what he's doing because he's had the experience with the previous team, and he knows what he needs to carry a team to victory, right?
Exactly. And that was 30 million as well. So that's 62 million euros
hefty,
right there that they put out.
Large budget for players for sure, and interesting picks for that, right?
Yeah, whenever you're talking transfers, you're always thinking from like the top clubs from all over Europe,
yeah.
right? You're
Exactly.
thinking like Barcelona, Real Madrid, you're thinking, Liverpool, Manchester City, so on and so forth, right? And that's where you're expecting the big signings from, but
I think this just goes to show that they really did their research, and I think they're confident in their purchases.
Exactly. Another one, which was an interesting one, this Daniel Podence from Olympiacos going to Wolves for 19 million euros.
19 mil. Okay.
Yeah.
Where's he coming from?
Olympiacos.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, he is a midfielder.
Yeah.
And at Olympiacos, this season he's had 15 games, 3 goals, 2 assists.
Okay.
24 years old, a young talent.
That's right. I think he probably hasn't had much field time, right?
Yeah.
So I think
we'll see how
young,
he's gonna get in there.
Yeah.
And that's not a cheap purchase for Wolves. 19 million euros.
19 million is a lot. Yeah. I think once again though, these teams are starting to take advantage of what they can grab and what they can use to help better them, because
Definitely.
as we can see, a lot of these teams are actually purchasing players that you might not have thought about, and I think other teams are starting to do the same thing because they see the talent in these players.
Yep. Another interesting one was Kyle Walker-Peters, a defender from Tottenham,
Right.
going to Southampton on a loan.
That is interesting, very interesting, because he's arguably one of the better players for Tottenham, right?
Yeah, he hasn't had a lot of time though.
No.
And like this season, he's only played in 3 matches.
Yeah, right.
And he's a young guy, 22 years old.
That's right.
However, he has been in the Premier League for the past 3 or so years.
Right.
And just not getting the amount of playtime that
I
maybe
think he might deserve.
he deserves it. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that
Southampton will give it. No.
I think that plays into his
Favor.
His favor for sure, because I think Southampton needs the player, and I think they want to give him that recognition, because a lot of people know who he is and they want to see more from him. But I think Tottenham didn't want to take the risk on putting him out there when they have players like Harry Kane and Son and stuff like that help carry the team, right?
Yeah, exactly. And right now, I think Tottenham is doing fine defensively. So loaning him out to Southampton, where he probably will be getting a lot of starting time,
Absolutely.
is gonna
I think so.
show what he's truly capable of.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So those are the transfers that I've noticed.
That stand out for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think so.
I mean, there's been a few other loans and whatnot.
Right.
Right. But nothing too serious.
No.
I saw another one here where Pep Reina, he's a goalkeeper, went to Aston Villa from Milan.
I think I've seen that, right?
He played 2 matches for them so far. Interesting is that Pep Reina used to be a Liverpool goalkeeper.
That's right. Yep.
So, he's up there in age, 37 years old. I don't see him sticking around for too long.
Right. No, I don't as well. But I think he's making his way back into the Premier League, and I think he's trying to.
Yeah, and he played 2 matches for Aston Villa already. So it looks like they're using him as a temporary, permanent keeper for the season.
Yeah. I think
maybe
probably until the end of the season. Yeah.
Looking to maybe upgrade in the summer.
That's right.
And we'll see how that works out for them.
Yep.
Another one that already made the signing was this TUSON from Everton to Crystal Palace.
Yes.
He played 3 matches, scored a goal already for Crystal Palace.
Wow.
He kind of made a bang,
Absolutely. I think so. I think 3 games in, and you're already seeing results. I think
That's good
goes
stuff.
to show stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. And it's good because he only had 5 matches that he played in for Everton this season so far with 1 goal.
Yeah.
So he wasn't really getting
No,
the amount of play time he was probably wanting to get.
Exactly. Yeah. I think he probably was noticing that as well, and I think he's trying to take advantage of that for the new team.
Yeah, and he's still young too, 28 years old.
Yep.
He's got some quality years ahead of him.
He's definitely
to
still
provide.
probably in his prime as well. Yeah.
And Crystal Palace definitely looking for someone like him too.
They need somebody for sure like that.
Exactly.
And I think they're getting the results they want.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the transfers for this winter transfer window of 2019-2020 season in the Premier League.
Not disappointed at all, that's for sure.
No, some interesting transfers.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's review the fixtures real quick for Game Week 24.
Sure, yes. So it just ended.
Yep.
And there was definitely an interesting week. And I think a lot of people were surprised by what went on here. But
some of the results are surprising, yes.
yes, I think so.
Let's start. Aston Villa beat Watford 2-1 at their home.
I think I've seen some highlights of this game, and I think Watford surprisingly played pretty well against Aston Villa. I think Aston Villa is definitely a stronger team.
Currently, they are.
Yeah. Although I think Watford, they probably would have had an opportunity to take at least a draw out of this.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they got the short end of the stick, but for the fact that they can score at least 1 goal, get close to tying it up.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, we'll have to see how Watford progress.
Yeah.
They need the points. Aston Villa is sitting all right.
Yes.
Especially with their new signings, they might progress further
That's
up the
right.
table
I
by a
think so.
couple spots.
I think so.
The other match that was Bournemouth versus Brighton Hove Albion.
Yes.
3-1. I was a bit surprised about
That one
this.
surprised me as well.
One reason was because the Bournemouth defender Cook got that red card for that handball.
He got a red card, yep.
Right?
Yes,
Last
right.
game week. So he was missing.
He was.
And I
He was
thought,
missing.
one of their main defenders missing was going to put them in a position where they're not
Yes.
going to do so well.
Yeah, I think that they definitely took advantage of that, though, after that game, and trained for this game to make sure that anything that they encounter where they would need that player there, they
Had it covered.
they had it covered, and they did everything they could, and the results show, right? 3-1.
3-1. An important win for Bournemouth.
Exactly. Yes.
They're fighting relegation right now, and
That's right.
those 3 points was very vital.
I think that's what they needed. Yep.
Another match that occurred was Crystal Palace versus Southampton.
Also surprising, I think.
Yeah, Southampton has been firing goals.
That's right.
Mainly Danny Ings.
Yeah, Danny
which
Ings,
he
yeah.
was not on the score sheet for this match.
No.
I was expecting him to be, but he wasn't.
That's right.
I'm more surprised that Southampton got a clean sheet out of that and did not concede any goals.
All right. That's right. That's what I was surprised as well, because I think Crystal Palace and Southampton are kind of in the same boat in this season so far, and I think they both are. They have potential, and I think.
Yeah, I mean, like Crystal Palace, they scored 2 goals against Manchester City.
That's right.
Right, they
that's what I was
managed to
thinking.
get a draw 2-2, I believe.
That's right.
And with the likes of the players they have on there,
Right.
like Jordan Ayew, and they have Zaha, in the forward positions there, I thought they would be able to get a goal or two.
I think I believe that they would have had a stronger offense, but I guess results were different, and I think
they were in the favor of Southampton.
although I think Southampton deserves it.
They really have been quite impressive.
That's for sure.
Everton versus Newcastle, 2-2 draw.
This one is one of the ones that I wasn't too surprised by. I think it could have. I don't think I seen either of the teams really overpowering the other. Right?
Yeah. Well, Newcastle have been on their comeback lately.
That's right.
Everton under new management still, trying to find their pace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once again, I feel like they have potential, just not at this moment.
Yeah, exactly. 2-2 draw. I think it reflects it quite well.
Exactly.
Now, this one was a bit surprising.
Very.
Maybe not. Manchester City 1-0 against Sheffield United.
Yes. I think, to be honest, I think I expected more from Man City, but
Yes.
I did expect Sheffield to put the pressure on Man City, and I think that's what they did, and that's why I think they weren't able to concede many goals, Man City.
Well, Sheffield United is arguably one of the best teams right now defensively in the Premier League.
That's right.
Aside from Liverpool there, they conceded the least amount of goals.
That's right.
Aside from Liverpool again.
That's right.
And, I was expecting them to have a strong defense against Manchester City.
I think so, yeah.
But I wasn't expecting it to be a 1-0 draw. I mean, a 1-0 result there for Man City. I thought they would be able to provide or, put up maybe 2-3 goals.
Yeah, I think what they tried to do was probably play more defensive than they were trying to play offensive, and I think sometimes when you do that, they end up seeing a hole through it, right? And I think that's what happened, and they got lucky with a goal.
Yeah, the defense fell asleep there.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Chelsea versus Arsenal, 2-2 draw, London derby.
Right.
That was a crazy match there.
I think a lot of people were excited for this match and wanted to see the results of this, and
yeah. So, David Luiz used to be a Chelsea defender.
He was, yeah.
And now he's at Arsenal.
Yeah.
And he got a red card early on in that match.
Yeah.
So it put Arsenal back one player.
Yep.
And they still managed to get the 2-2 draw by the end.
Of course, with Martinelli scoring a goal.
Yeah.
I think incredible young talent.
Yeah.
And I think, last previous game, I think he scored as well.
Yes.
And I think Arsenal has a strong asset on their team. Bellerini as well.
Yeah.
Bellerin or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Bellerini.
I think
Bellerin.
I think I can't. I would be lying if I said I didn't expect him to score.
Yeah, incredible talent on there. They just got to find their paces.
I think so. I think they need just a little bit more of studying their chemistry, right?
Yeah, and Aspicilleta for Chelsea's been back on the scorecard. He's been quite quiet this season compared to last season.
That's right.
Jorginho was the one who scored from the penalty spot after that red card was conceded. 2-2 draw. I think Chelsea should have, or they were expecting to get 3 points out of this because of that red card.
That's right.
Eventually, and they failed to do so.
That's
so I
right.
think overall, their fans are the most disappointed in that result.
I think so too.
As an Arsenal, a fan would probably review this and say, we had one player down, we still managed to get the draw.
I think that's I think that's something that they can definitely hold with them. They were able to
take a point,
right? And I think they did the best they could with what they had, and I think that goes to show.
Yeah,
they weren't taking a loss. I think
they worked hard for it.
Exactly.
Leicester City versus West Ham, 4-1. Leicester City back to winning ways.
Yes, and I think I'm not surprised by this.
Yeah.
Of course, I think that one goal against West Ham, I think they probably could have done without it, right?
Yeah.
But of course, I think Leicester City isn't defensively too strong.
No, they're not quite solid. That's why they
yes.
haven't been doing so great in the last matches.
I think that's the problem. Yes, defensively they're not too strong. Offensively, don't get me wrong, Perez, Barnes, they're all
Yeah, and Vardy too, who's not on the score sheet that week, but
Vardy,
he has been scoring quite a bit of goals for them.
Perez with 2 goals. Yeah, I think offensively very strong, and I think that shows. But defensively, I think they need to work on it, and I think they might take advantage of that for the next transfers.
Yeah. Overall, good result for Leicester City. I think they're happy with that.
Right.
Spurs versus Norwich, 2-1.
Yes.
I'm a bit surprised about this.
Are you surprised by Norwich scoring or Spurs winning?
A little bit of both. So here's the thing, right? no Harry Kane, but they still have players like Son, Ali, Dele Ali. They have Lucas Moura. They have players that are, capable of putting in goals.
That's right.
Now they got those 2 new transfers. We'll see how they fit in.
That's right.
But Pukki, is been converting goals for Norwich.
Yes, and I think I'm not surprised by that. And I think they deserve that goal. Although, because I do see that Tottenham is weaker than they usually are, and but they were able to come out with a win.
Yeah, I expected the score line to be a bit, more reflecting towards Spurs to be the winner of it, by a bigger gap margin.
That's
maybe like a 3-1 or a 3-0 or something like that.
I can see that argument,
especially playing at home.
I think so as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Manchester United lost 2-0 to Burnley,
and this was the biggest surprise I think of the week.
Yeah, and this was at Old Trafford too. The fortress that they have.
That's right.
This year it hasn't been so much, but
no.
2-0.
I think, although I think a lot of people are surprised by this, I think Man United is very dependent on Rashford.
Yeah,
and I think he's out. He was out for that game, right?
Yeah, Rashford was out. He's got an injury that's it's kind of like a spinal fracture or something along those lines. So he's going to be out for a few months, according to the news.
And I think that shows when it comes to Burnley versus Man United, taking a 2-0 loss. And
interesting. If I'm not mistaken, this was Burnley's first win at Manchester United
in 50 years, right?
Yeah, it was since 1964, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a while.
Yeah. And that was at Manchester United, Old Trafford. And it was their first win against United since 94 or something like that.
It was a while.
Yeah.
It's been a very long time.
So, this shows that Manchester United right now, they got work to do.
They need to definitely reassess their players and I think just overall work with what they have at the moment, because they are down Rashford, and I think they can't be dependent on him, and I think that's what they were expecting here.
Yeah,
was that their players were good enough to win against Burnley, and that's not the case.
And they should be.
They should be, right?
With their new signing coming in, Bruno Fernandes there.
Yes, I think that's what they need.
Hopefully he can put up the goals that United needs.
Prevent something like this happening again.
Is the issue, I find it.
I think so as well.
Because even if they wouldn't have won this, but they would have had a draw.
Yes,
a 0-0 draw or something.
Yes.
Yeah. But that wasn't the case.
But
so they're gonna have to figure some things out.
I think so.
Yeah. Liverpool versus Wolves, 2-1 win. They do it again.
Yes.
They managed to get a goal late in that match.
Right.
And secured a win.
That's right. I was expecting Wolves to put a little bit of pressure on Liverpool.
Tough team.
Just because I think Liverpool did have a double game week, and I think Liverpool wanted to, I think they wanted to use their best players and
they put up a strong lineup.
Just so they can secure this win, and then when it came time to West Ham, they would, they have a better chance at winning that. And I think they might have been caught off guard slightly with this one goal that they got.
Yeah, really good to see Henderson on the score sheet there.
Yes, very surprised by that too.
Yeah, and also made an assist.
Yes, he made an assist.
So arguably player of the match, possibly.
Yeah.
Firmino does it again, secures the win for Liverpool. He's
almost scoring every game, and that's something I think that Liverpool expects from.
Yeah, and ever since the FIFA Club World Cup, he's been winning or scoring the winning goals mostly for Liverpool.
Close to near the end of the games, usually his goals are. But a lot of times, sometimes he doesn't start, right?
Yeah.
Klopp will put him in later on, and then that's what they need, right? That's the missing piece to the puzzle.
Yeah. And that's the thing is Firmino's work rate shows right there.
Yep.
He's able to push himself to the very end and
undoubtedly
secure that goal.
Undoubtedly, the most valuable player, I guess, on Liverpool, and
the work rate definitely shows for it. And then Liverpool played again against West Ham.
Yep.
Away game for Liverpool.
2-0.
2-0 win. Like you said earlier, you're a bit surprised. West Ham put up some decent chances.
Yes. I think Liverpool's defense was just too strong for them.
Overall, yes.
Overall, I think Liverpool's defense has been strong for everybody in the Premier League this season so far.
Yeah.
Too strong. I think Van Dijk has just been on another level this season than the previous seasons, although he was,
still amazing. They do get sloppy here from time to time, and
Right.
when clubs like, for example, West Ham, they had amazing chances, but they failed to convert the goal.
Absolutely.
And I guarantee you, they're really kicking themselves in the butt right now.
I think so.
Because they could have possibly got a draw out of this.
I think so, or at least
A goal.
a goal.
Yeah.
But once again, defensively, not too strong. But when they came to attacking, they had the chances, like you said.
Yeah, definitely. Salah scoring.
Yep.
Oxlade-Chamberlain scored.
Yeah, which was awesome to see after his minor injury that he had a couple games back.
Yeah. A lot of us thought he was going to be out for a long time there.
Yes, but I think shortly after the game, they said that it was a minor injury, so they're expecting maybe a month or so till
He was back even quicker than
Which, yeah, exactly, and I think that's a very good sign for Liverpool.
Yep.
And after he came back from his major injury, we were seeing results. He was scoring a lot.
Yep.
And I think that's exactly what Chamberlain's there for Liverpool.
Definitely. So, next game week starts Saturday.
Game week 25.
Game week 25. Starts off with Leicester City versus Chelsea.
What's your prediction?
I'm going to say Leicester City is going to continue with their winning ways. They're playing at home.
I think so.
I think they're going to win this. They will concede, though.
I think they will. Like I said, defensively, they're not too strong. Although I think Chelsea, with the likes of Abraham on the team, I think they have a good chance at equaling this game, right?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that match. That's going to be a good opening match for the game week.
Yep.
Bournemouth versus Aston Villa. Bournemouth won last week.
Yep. That's right.
Their defender Cook is going to be back.
Yep.
Aston Villa is on the road.
I think personally, I think Aston Villa is going to take the cake on this one.
Yeah, it's a tough one for me to decide. I think whichever team's going to push for the result is going to take it. And
Whoever works harder. Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough match.
Yep.
I can see this happening playing out in a few different ways. It
Right.
could be a draw.
Yes.
It could be
very likely.
Could be a win either way by one goal.
Yes.
Maybe two, but I don't see one team dominating this fully.
No, dominating. No, I don't. I think it's very slight chance of winning for both of them, and it's also very slight chance of equaling it and having a draw.
And then another interesting match is Crystal Palace versus Sheffield United.
This, I think, undoubtedly Sheffield United will. I think I don't want to say by a large margin, but I think they will definitely secure the goals that they need to win.
And that's what Sheffield's good at this season.
Yep.
They've been getting their 1-0 results
Yep.
or their draws. They haven't been conceding a lot.
No,
So
that's right.
Yeah. So Sheffield United, I think they're gonna take that.
I think they're gonna take that as well.
Yeah.
Um,
It's gonna be an
undoubtedly.
interesting match.
Yep.
I'd like to see Crystal Palace back to winning ways.
I think, as me, I would like to see that as well. Although the past couple years they haven't been, they've been lacking what they need, and
Yeah.
I think they definitely do try. Once again, I think they have the new sign that they have, right?
Yeah.
Transfer, so
Yeah.
they're gonna.
Well, we'll see how it plays out.
Yep.
Liverpool versus Southampton.
Um,
So that's gonna be at Anfield.
Right, which, slightly biased, but I think that this is undoubtedly it's tough to argue Southampton would win, right?
Yeah, it's tough. I think Danny Ings, the former Liverpool player, is going to get a warm welcome.
I think as well. Yeah,
He left on good terms and whatnot, and he's been on fire this season. So
yes.
I'm sure the fans will applaud him if he scores a magnificent goal at Anfield.
That's right. Yes.
However, I don't see them taking the win.
No, if I do see anybody scoring a goal, it would be him, and I think Liverpool will come out on top.
Yeah, it's going to be probably another 3 points for Liverpool there.
Absolutely.
Newcastle versus Norwich.
This is tough. Newcastle has been they've gotten a couple wins this season that have made them look stronger. And I think Norwich sitting at the bottom of the table right now, right?
Yep.
They might try to take advantage of this, but I don't see them winning personally.
Yeah, they need to fight. They need to get their points, or else
that's right.
Their relegation battle is going to be written in stone.
Yeah.
Yep. I honestly see Newcastle winning this.
I think so as well.
I don't know what's happened to Norwich, but they started off strong, and
that's right.
They just haven't been the same since they started losing.
Yep.
Yeah. So Newcastle probably walking away with 3 points.
I think they're going to walk away with 3 points. Yeah.
And then we have Watford versus Everton.
This is an interesting one, I think, because these two teams are kind of, like I said before, in the same boat, right?
Yeah, they're pretty evenly matched.
They got some players that they're good, but then they definitely lack in both of them in areas, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I think this could end in just a battle between. Like it could end in a draw just because it's a battle between who's better, who's not.
Yep.
And if I did have to pick one to win, I think Watford is going to win this.
Interesting.
Just because I think there's hype. There's seems to be a lot of hype around, or not hype, but I think they're just slightly stronger than Everton.
Yeah, I think so. Watford can get the result.
I think so.
They just need to continue on their path that they are on right now. They've been looking better. Everton hasn't really found a pace yet since their new management took over.
That's right.
Richarlison hasn't really been on the score sheets that often.
That's right.
So,
but then again, it could make a comeback, right? This might be their opportunity.
I'm expecting Everton to actually win this one.
I think that this could be their opportunity to get back.
Yeah. Although I wouldn't be surprised if they would lose too.
Yes, absolutely.
It's one of those where it can
go
either way.
Yep. I think they
maybe
need to take
even
advantage.
A draw.
I think they need to take advantage of this, and I think they see that coming.
Yep. West Ham United versus Brighton and Hove Albion.
This is tough because
well, West Ham has got the the new midfielder from Slavia Prague, 50 million euro purchase, right?
That's right.
And
like I said, against when they faced Liverpool, I was quite impressed by their performance.
Yeah.
And I think if they perform the same way against Brighton, I think they will get the results they want. And
I think West Ham will be able to get a result from this.
I think so as well.
Yeah, that Liverpool match showed that they're capable of putting up some plays that could convert to a goal. Exactly.
Sure. Yes.
They just lacked the last touch.
Yes.
Which I'm sure they're gonna go back to the drawing board and see what they can do.
I think so. I think they're gonna take the game against Liverpool seriously, and they're gonna review that, and they're gonna go from there.
Manchester United versus Wolves. Now that's a tough one.
This is very.
So at Old Trafford again.
Yes.
They're at home still after coming off a 2-0 loss to Burnley.
Yeah.
Wolves, though. Wolves has a new signing. Manchester United has a new signing.
Yep.
Wolves has been tough this season.
They have.
They have that Traore guy.
Yes, they have him. And there's a lot of hype around him.
Oh yeah.
I think right now because he is the strongest asset for the team, and I think personally I don't think I see him staying with the Wolves for that much longer because I think other teams see potential in him.
Well, definitely if he finishes this season like he is on right now,
yes.
he's possibly going to be purchased.
I think so.
If not, definitely looked at.
Exactly. I think teams are already looking at him.
Yeah.
And I think
I do see some rumors in the news about him possibly being linked to certain clubs.
That's right, and I think Wolves definitely have a good chance at winning this over Man United. Although Man United they sometimes have the opportunity to win a game.
Yeah.
I think they'll just won't be able to take this one.
Yeah, I don't know what Man United can do to win it.
No.
I don't know if that new signing for United's going to start right away. You know, some players take some time to be integrated into the first team, right?
But sometimes no, right?
Yeah, sometimes they just
sign
throw
and
them in
they're
the deep
right
end.
in there, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's going to be a real interesting match.
That's right.
This is one of those matches that might surprise us. You know, United might have a big win on this.
I think they're desperate.
But Wolves, you can't put it past Wolves.
Nope.
To come out with 3 points out of this fixture.
That's right.
So I'm looking forward to watching that match.
Yes.
Burnley versus Arsenal. Burnley, coming off that 2-0 win.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Their players are feeling ecstatic right now.
I think they are. I think they definitely got that boost of confidence. And I think when it comes to facing Arsenal, they aren't scared.
No, not after that win. And you know, Arsenal is still down that one defender, David Luiz, because of that red card.
That's right.
So they proved that they can come back and get a draw against Chelsea, a tough opponent.
That's right. Although I do have to say Martinelli, once again, young talent.
He's going to be on that score sheet.
I think he's going to be on that scoring sheet, and I think he's going to make it tough for Burnley to get ahead of them, for sure.
It's one of those where, you know, Burnley might do another upset.
That's right.
They're playing at home, too. Their crowd must be feeling, you know, full of energy from that last win.
Yep.
Like, I can guarantee you there's going to be a full 90 mintes of chanting there, right?
Yes, for sure.
And that might play in favor of Burnley.
That's right. I think I want to say 50-50 because it's tough to choose a side when it comes to a match like this.
Yeah.
Because they both have the talent. They both have what it takes to win. It just comes down to who is who's more prepared at the end of the day, right?
Yeah. It's going to be one of those where I expect Arsenal to win.
Right.
However, you know, if Burnley do manage to get a result from this, I wouldn't be surprised.
No, I think
because of their last game week.
I think after Man United, I think people are expecting them to, and I think Arsenal is also aware of that, and I think they're gonna
approach it like
that, and they're gonna do what they can to counter it.
Another player who's back for Arsenal is Aubameyang too.
Yes.
You know, he had that red card for a terrible challenge the other game week.
Yep.
So, you know, he might get on the score sheet for Arsenal as well. He's a valuable employee. He is an employee for Arsenal.
He is.
Yeah.
I think that's they're going to use that to their advantage.
Yeah. And to finish off the game week is Spurs versus Manchester City.
Spurs versus Manchester City. So it's tough because Man City this season is they're performing well and not so well at the same time.
Yeah, they have games where they're not getting the result they want.
That's right. Although when you look at their player list, they got the likes of Aguero,
Sterling.
That's right.
They have a lot of good players, and you know,
I think that doesn't go unnoticed for Spurs, and I think
Mahrez has been on the score sheet recently a lot.
Yes, I think Man City just has that advantage over Spurs because I think Tottenham's still like I said before, struggling to get those wins.
Yeah, and you know, under new management, Jose Mourinho, they're still trying to find their pace as well. It looks like.
Yep.
They haven't been really able to get those wins like they used to under Pochettino's management.
That's right.
So Harry Kane's out too.
Yes, Harry Kane is out. Although you said they did purchase new players.
Yeah, they did.
So once again, we don't know if they're going to just throw them into the deep end or if they're going to take the time with that. But this is a big game.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they did throw them into the water like that just because they want to see results when it comes to a team like this.
I'm interested to see if these two new signings, like you mentioned, are going to make an appearance in the first game. One of them being the midfielder and the attacker.
Yes. I think I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, if they had the attacker there, just because they, like I said, they have the likes of Sterling, Aguero, and they want something that can compete with that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's going to be an interesting one. What do you think the result will be for that?
If I had to pick one, I would say Man City.
Yeah.
Just because I think they're going to bring the heat, and they don't want to take a loss when they know Spurs are weak at this time, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think Man City is going to take that as well.
Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised if Spurs can get a goal.
Yeah, I think they have the opportunity as well.
But definitely Man City walking away with 3 points.
For sure.
Yeah, and that is all for Game Week 25.
That's it.
It's going to be an interesting one.
Yep.
That is all that we have for you guys.
That's it.
Make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yep. And all the links in the description will be to the video down below.
Yep. You can follow this podcast on Spotify, Anchor,
and Apple.
And Apple.
And yeah, all the links will be on the screen at the end of the video as well. Follow the Instagram page at Matchday Podcast.
That's where you'll find all the updates of the new videos that we post every week.
That's right. And we guys hope you enjoyed that episode.
See you next time.
We'll see you next time.